Hey everybody, I'm super excited. So this is Diane Covington. We're doing a lunch and learn, and it's really on being more consistent with your social media. So I've been talking to the company in Dallas, and they've been doing their own little research to find out like what's really working for people. And they're finding that the sales force in general is either regularly engaged, like they're doing a live demo, quick is key, a quick live demo once a week on the same day, every week, week in and week out. And they're getting great results, or they're doing it twice a week. Keeping it short and keeping it truly you, fun. If you goof up, go with it, that kind of a thing. But they're finding that there's a pocket of the sales force that's doing that. Then there's a pocket of the sales force that is doing almost nothing. They're doing hit and miss. Like they'll do 3 posts and then they don't post for 3 weeks. And then they do a post and then they don't do anything. And I'm not talking about posting a flyer. I'm talking about going live. All right. And then there's some of the sales force that is so phenomenal at this. They have this following, they do this huge constant thing. What I will tell you is the wave of the future is to be engaged. People are getting bombarded with information from Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, like you name it, it's being sent to them, emails, everything. And so anytime you can be relevant and in front of your people, in front of your clients, it makes it great. Now, if you have a brand new team member and she's a little unsure about this, have her include her people in your group. You can add her people until maybe she's been in a couple months and gets her feet wet. And then you can have her start her private page and do her thing. Does that make sense? So I think the most important thing, I got feedback from a couple of top $1 million directors, as well as Mary Kay Corporate, is be really consistent. So I'm going to challenge everyone who watches this video. I'm going to challenge you guys to do something for me. And it's not a major commitment. I'm talking a minimum of 30 days. I'd like you to commit to 60 days, but you won't even probably see results in 30 days, but you might feel different, which is the goal. So what I need you to decide, so today is September 16th. I don't know what day you're watching this, but I want to ask you to commit to at least 30 days, ideally till November 16th. And what I want you to do during that, let's say we're going to go 60 days, that 2-month period, is that you commit to something every single week. So let's say you decide you want to do Tuesdays and Fridays, and it could be something like Diane's going pink on Tuesdays and Fridays, or whatever little cute title you want to have. And your customers expect that, and they jump on, and if they miss it because they're going to be at work or whatever, they think they don't want to miss out. Now, in talking to some of my top director girlfriends, they were sharing with me that they did it for a couple months before they truly got their customers saying, when's the next video? Like, got them really engaged, and they really noticed a difference in their purchasing, in their loyalty, in asking more for samples, for building their customer base wide, but more deep. In other words, rather than get 100 new customers, what if you had the 50 customers you currently have, but you've got those 50 customers on everything, through engagement, through sampling, through being connected to you. So with that said, there's a couple thought patterns. One would be is, if you love going Facebook Live, great. If that's your forte, go for it. I will tell you, no matter whether you do Zoom or Facebook, is if you goof up, let's say you're demoing mascara and you accidentally, your wand hits up here and you have a big glob of black stuff, don't stop the video or stop what you're doing and redo it, reshoot it. That is the one advantage of going live, is you don't get that option. But don't feel like you have to do it perfectly. Customers will find that to be the most entertaining. So if I'm demoing mascara and I get a glob up here, I'm going to say, wow, you may never do that, but in case you do, let me show you how you fix this. I'll be right back. And you could pause the video if you want to, or run to get eye makeup. But if you're going to demo this, probably have eye makeup remover close by with Q-tips just in case, and show how to fix the goof up, because someone's going to relate to that, right? And it makes you seem real. And then they're thinking, I could be a Mary Kay beauty consultant. I could do much better than what Diane's doing. Oh my gosh. And again, it sells your job, right? So with that said, I'm just going to ask you guys, number one, so grab a piece of paper. Number one is commit to a time. And I need you guys, pinky promise, like I'm all in. Draw a line in the sand. I'm going to do this to see what happens. Because the holiday selling season is coming, I'm going to tell you guys, if you want to have a rock solid, extraordinary, not an ordinary, but an extraordinary holiday selling season, I'm going to ask you to commit to 2 months. So you would go from September 16th to November 16th. Okay. Your business could be just exploding. All right. So commit today to either doing the 30-day or 60-day. Just go for 60. Promise. I mean, this isn't painful. This is going to be easy, and it'll be so motivating. That's the first thing. The second thing is, how often do you want to post? You've got to do it at least once a week. I'm going to tell you, for engagement, I'm really going to suggest twice. You could do it 3. If you've got the time and you've got the creativity and you've got the to do that, go for 3. But I would say at least do 2 a week and pick the days you want to do them. My only tip would be don't do them side by side, or don't do both on the weekend. I would do like maybe Monday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Friday, or Wednesday, Friday, or Wednesday, Saturday, or whatever. But pick the 2 days, and you've got to be consistent on those days. So once you pick your 2 days, let's just hypothetically say it's Tuesdays and Fridays. Then you want to just literally put that in your date book, like as a doctor's appointment or like whatever. Now, the one advantage of going on Zoom is if you have small children, is let's say you've got, like the lady I was talking to the other day, she has twins and a 3-year-old, twins that are 1 and a 3-year-old. So she said when the twins are sleeping, which at the same exact time doesn't always happen, she will literally kind of like map out like when the twins fall asleep tomorrow, this is what I'm going to shoot. And she will prepare like 2 or 3 sessions, and she will literally change her shirt. So she'll be like in this shirt on one session, and then she'll grab her denim jacket and put that on for the second session. So she looks like she's recording different ones, but they're literally like a couple minutes apart, and she'll just record it on Zoom and then label it and then record the next one on Zoom and label it. So she said she might even shoot 3 up to 4 in a day because they're 10 minutes or less. And so she'll do sometimes one all on a certain topic. So I'm going to share with you guys what the company's provided us with in just a second. But by her doing that, it gives her the ability so that on, let's say she goes Tuesday, Fridays, on her Friday post, if all 3 of her kids are sick and she's like, you've ever had 3 sick kids, it's like mayhem, right? She doesn't have to worry about it because she's already got that date pre-recorded. So she said, I said, what do you do? She goes, I went to the dollar store, and she just has a calendar up on where no one can see it. And she highlights the day. She highlights every Tuesday, every Friday, and then she figures out what she's going to talk about. Could be the brand new beauty box. And she's, you could literally do 1 10-minute session just on the beauty box because you've got 3 products in there to romance plus hydrogel eye patches. All right. So it's not like you've got to be mega creative. The other thing I was going to mention to you guys is please utilize your lookbook. They pay brilliant copywriters to come up with all these fall for all these clever phrases and clever things like 1, 2, look at you. It's like, what does it say? Mask your way to refresh and hydrated skin at home or on the go. So it's fun. It's called the essence of pampering. Rather than create your own content, use their content. Right now, the other advantage of Zoom, and I'm not trying to just promote Zoom, I'm just saying, is the neat thing, like if you were going to demo this, you could do satin lips before if you wanted to. You could do this, then you could pause the video, go do whatever you're going to do for 7 or 8 minutes, come back, unpause the video and say, well, now 8 minutes has gone by. The mask is totally sinking into my skin, or whatever, however long you want to leave it on, 10, 12 minutes, then come back, unpause it, finish the video as you pull it off, pack the product in, and demo satin hands or whatever you're doing. Okay, so utilize this, but realize you can also pause the video if you're going to teach on a particular thing. There's makeup, you can do all kinds of things. So don't feel like you have to be a professional makeup artist to make these videos. Don't feel like you have to do it perfectly. In fact, most of the time when we goof, that's when we seem the most real. Okay, so let me share with you guys really quick what the company has prepared for us. Because if you are not a social media, if you're not super comfortable with it, I would probably go with this stuff first. So first of all, you're going to go onto Mary Kay in Touch. You're going to go under Business Tools, correct? And underneath Business Tools, you're going to go to Party Central, which is right down here. When you click on Party Central, it's going to come up here. All right. And look what's right in the middle of Party Central. It's called the Pop-Up Party Guide. And this is how to do a virtual party in under 30 minutes. Now, you could totally do these. This is with or without samples, usually without. But again, you could do a party once a week and have the other one be a tutorial. So the parties, I'm going to show you right now. Let me just stop screen sharing and go to that screen. So let's say you wanted to have one of them be a 10-minute infomercial, and maybe that's the Friday one. I'm just picking Tuesday, Friday. You all pick whatever days you want. But the Tuesday one could actually be a skincare class. Does that make sense? Or well, let me show you. Let me show you what I'm thinking. Because it'll make a little bit more sense once you see this. Okay, so once you download the Pop-Up Party Guide, okay, this is what the cover of it looks like. And this is actually fun because you could just do like take a snippet of just the top half and say pop-up party and take the word guide out or whatever. But anyway, so this just kind of gives you an idea. They're going to walk you through this. And the first thing they're going to say is download your virtual background. So download one of the many Mary Kay virtual backgrounds. If you don't have a computer that'll allow you to do that, or you've got a busy background like this, you can literally get a white sheet, tack it with thumbtacks up on the wall, so it'll make that a blank canvas. If that doesn't work, you can always get that special lime green fabric that'll just work like a green screen. But it says, so here's what they're suggesting that you do. Number one is choose the products. Choose the products that you'd like to introduce from the pick your products section of this guide. Now, I'm not saying you've got to do this all the time, but this is what they're suggesting. If you're new to doing this, and this is like, you haven't maybe done these type of things before, you can totally do with what they're suggesting. Okay, so step one is to decide on the products. You can use this guide as your kind of as your template. Number two, share your camera. In other words, instead of doing all the screen shares, they're strongly suggesting you just hold the product up. Hold the product up and talk about it, because they're probably not going to have samples. And so these are pop-up parties that you guys can do. How fast could you book a hostess if you tell her that the whole party is under 30 minutes? And that includes drawings and guest welcomes and all that kind of stuff, right? You could even get it even shorter than that. And then the third thing is follow the dialogue. You can follow the dialogues below to help the party flow. And if you have time, consider inserting a little icebreaker game or welcoming the guests, right? So, okay, so this part right here is 7 minutes. So they're saying you could spend 7 minutes on this, 1 minute to welcome. So you could literally have this outlined, pulled up on a tablet to the right of your computer that you can see while you're actually on Zoom or Facebook Live. So they're giving you a minute to welcome the guests, a minute to tell your story. And I think this is super important. And I will add one sentence to this about telling me your iStory. And it's, when it gets to share the opportunity, you say, one of the things I love about Mary Kay Opportunity is it allows a woman to create a business that fits her life, the potential to earn extra money, blah, blah, blah. Mary Kay Ash said there is a future independent consultant at every party. So I wonder, who do you think that might be? So instead of asking that question, because I actually had that kind of, a gal that was at my party was super, super shy. And she's the one who really wanted to do it. And everybody else was typing in or shouting out the name of the other girls. So what I always say on this one is, I said, Mary Kay always says there is a future independent beauty consultant at every party, someone who's always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I'm wondering, I bet you there's a whole bunch of women in this group tonight that want to be entrepreneurs. So this is the key sentence right here, this last one. So watch me today to see if you think you'd want to learn more about what I do. So I kind of used something very similar to that. I said, I'd absolutely love to invite you to watch me. If you're even a little bit curious, by all means, let me at least give you some information. Okay. And then you transition into the product by saying, now let's get started. All right. So then the next group of pages. So this is where it's going to say, at this point, you go to the product. Okay. When you're done with the product, this is where you end it. So this is thanking all the guests. I'll be following up with each one of you individually. And that's really important to let them know. If anyone would like to hostess a party, I'd love to help you. You can get hostess, blah, 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 and time to follow up. Okay. And here is questions to get the conversation going. Did you enjoy the party? Like, it tells you what to do. Now, what do you do in between the beginning, the welcome and the close? What do you do? Well, they're giving you 3 outlines. They're giving you an outline for skincare, an outline for pampering, and an outline for color. Would you do these all at one? No, they're suggesting you do one of those. So this could be your first 3 pop-ups. You could do a pop-up on skincare, a pop-up on pampering, and a pop-up on color. Remember, they're giving you about 7 minutes to do this beginning part, which you may find is too much time for you. I don't need 7 minutes to do that. To do the welcome, the iStory, and the let's get started, I could probably do that and show the opportunity. I could probably do that in, was it 5? Well, okay, I'll say 5 to 6 minutes, but yeah, somewhere right in that window. All right, now let's look at our choices. So let's say you decide you want to start with one with skincare. Skincare, I find, because we have so many types of skincare, can be really confusing. So you could either hold up a picture of each. You could actually hold up a set of each. You could have those sets in little, what I do is, if you ever have anybody purchase satin hands and they don't want their satin hand bag, or somebody order the miracle set, they don't want their miracle set bag, I will say, well, if you're going to throw that bag away, can I have it? So I have a few of them. So I put the botanical set in a bag. I put the clear proof already comes in a box, but I put the natural set in a bag. So it kind of looks like all different sets. So let's say you want your very first party to be skincare, right? We're going to go with this one for the first one. They're going to suggest that you hold up and talk about the miracle set for 2 minutes, repair for only 1 minute. Then you're going to talk about clear proof for 1 minute, the naturally lined for 1 minute, and the botanical for 1 minute. And you're thinking to yourself, How in the world am I going to be able to say that in a minute? You literally can read this. Now picture me holding up the Clearproof line. So I'm sitting here, I've got a really cool virtual background and I'm holding up the product, right? And I'm saying, oh my gosh, let me introduce you guys to this system that knocks out acne. This effective regimen's been actually clinically shown to provide clear skin in just 7 days. The set contains a combination of salicylic acid and benzoyl peroxide to attack the multiple factors that can contribute to acne breakout. The system includes a cleansing gel, a blemish control toner, I call it BCT for short, acne treatment gel, which is spot treatments, and then an oil-free moisturizer for your entire face that's acne prone. And you just go literally to the next one. Then, of course, oh my goodness, I want to share with you the botanicals. For those who want fresh, uncomplicated skincare, this simple set regimen starts with ingredients that deliver a wealth of essential benefits. Botanical Effects is infused with unique ingredients that deliver the essentials the skin needs year round, including dragon fruit. I might rattle off 1 or 2 ingredients that are not even on here and say, so the regimen includes a cleansing gel, a refreshing toner, and a moisturizing gel. So you've got everything in a gel formula. Then, of course, we have the Mary Kay Naturally. So do you guys see how this flows? You just talk about these. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of skincare to talk about. They don't, in this particular session, they don't talk about the men's, okay? Then, since you're on skincare, so that's it. That's all you're going to share is this page and this page. You might share with them which ones you use. Like if you have a daughter who's maybe 11, you might say, well, my 11 or 12-year-old daughter uses the botanical skincare and my 15-year-old son uses the Clearproof acne line. And so you literally can share what you use, what you like. And you could say things like, if you could wave a magic wand and change one thing about your skin, what would it be? So these are really fun. So this gives you an example of what this very first skincare party routine could look like. So if you took 7 minutes to do that beginning, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we're at 13 minutes. Okay. And then you've got to close. Again, keeping it under 20 minutes is really key. So let's say the second thing you're going to go live on is something fun and silly, like it's all about lips or pucker up or something. You could use satin lips. You could talk about age fighting lip primer. You could talk about lip liner, lipstick, lip gloss. And then let's say the next one, and you can totally mix those up. The next one you want to use is the company's pampering profile. So this pampering outline features the hydrogel eye patches. And what I would do if it were me is as I'm talking about them, I would literally slide a set of those on and then I would continue to talk. I would slide them on. That would be my very first product. I'd say how amazing it is, what it does. And I would put hydrogel eye patches on. And then I would talk about charcoal mask. And you could, I mean, if you wanted to be silly, you could even go ahead and put charcoal mask on your nose because it can dry pretty quick. And then you could talk about microdermabrasion. Okay. And then we're going to keep going on pampering here. We talk about satin hands. I would throw in satin lips, but that's just me. Satin hands, and you could do satin lips if you wanted to. And then, of course, the Moisture Renewal Gel Mask. And again, while they're sitting there watching you with charcoal mask on your nose, and I mean, they're just watching you guys. They're observing. Feel free to use this, you guys. This is what the brilliant copywriters have written for us. So that's the second option for a pop-up. And your third option is color. People love color stuff. So you could talk about CC cream, which would only take a minute. And you might even, I love these conversation starters. What are your makeup must-haves? What would you say your makeup style is? Are you the no makeup look, the classic look, or the full-on glam? And just have them type in a chat. It creates engagement. It creates, participation, makes them feel valued, especially if you're asked their opinion. Again, it covers CC cream. Now, I have seen many people teach foundation or CC cream, and they only do half their face before they come on camera. So they come on camera with this, like, really, they'll just say, hey, you guys, welcome. And they're kind of facing the camera this way. And they'll say, so let me share what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about CC cream. This side has it, this side does not. And you can tell, like, this side will look much more airbrush, smooth and even. And this side, I don't want to say a hot mess, but it's not going to look as good as the other side. So in this particular module, they're talking about CC cream, ultimate mascara, oil-free eye makeup remover, which all of those die-hard products. Then it talks a little about lipstick and gloss, and it allows you to explain the 4 different lipsticks. It says, tell me, how do you feel when you get a new shade that makes you look fabulous? And so again, you can explain what each of these are, what they do, how they go on. And so those are the 3 templates the company came out with. Here's the color template. Here's the pampering with satin hands and gel mask, all the things you're going to demo, right? Hydrogel eye patches as well. And then this one is just the skincare line, both pages of that. So you guys can see how these are sessions that take roughly 20 minutes. I think 20 minutes is completely reasonable. I think it's realistic. And you don't want to you can tell your hostess, well, I'm willing to stay on for 30 minutes, but we're going to be done in under 20. And so again, it encourages her to tell our friends, oh my gosh, I'm doing this pop-up party. And you guys can host your own too. And if you host your own, you can do drawings. You could say everybody who jumps on, if we start at 12:15, everyone who jumps on before 12:15, put your name in the chat. You're going into an on-time drawing. And that just gets people to get there, right? Get there and have fun and get engaged. So let me just recap real quick before I let you all go. So the first thing is to commit to please, if possible, if at all possible, 60 days. So September 16th through November 16th. And during those 8 week time, I'm going to ask you to commit to one a week, 2 a week, or depending on how social media crazy you are, you could go up to 3 times a week. Okay. And with that commitment, if you say, okay, well, Dawn, I'm for sure, always going to do like Wild Wednesday or, Information Wednesdays or whatever. So figure out, 1, are you committed? 2, what is your commitment time frame? Are you willing to pinky promise and make it happen for 30 days? Or would you want to go big? Go bigger, go for 60 days. Okay. So let's say you say, yeah, Dawn, I'm willing to do the 60-day commitment. It's like, okay, great. So now you've got to start working on basically what we just did. Making a list of when you want to do it. What days are you going to pick? I would probably go ahead and write down some topics. Like I would do the beauty box as one. You could do skincare as one. You could do that makeup one as one. You could do, honestly, the warm hues as one, and you could do the warm hues with eye primer, maybe a dark brown eyeliner and a mascara. So you could do the whole eye look kind of thing. You could even come on camera. And I've seen a lot of consultants do this. They'll come on camera with one side looking amazing and they say it is naked. And they'll literally put a little eye cream on. They'll do some eye primer. Then they'll start with their blending. And then, so a couple other really quick tips in closing is usually I suggest that you offer an incentive. Now, in talking with a few of the directors and people that have do this on a much more regular basis than I even do, and I'm willing to admit that, is they said that it takes a while for people to catch on. But if you do a 24 or 48-hour special, so let's say you post Tuesdays and Fridays, you give them Tuesday and the next day to take advantage of the price. So if they watch your Tuesday video and reach out to you anytime on Tuesday or by Wednesday night, they would get the special. So rather than give a discount, I'm just kind of a non-discount girl. That's just kind of how I've always run my business. What if you offered something as a gift? So as an example, let's say you demoed primer, CC cream, under eye corrector, and the blending brush. You could say, and I make such a big deal out of the under eye corrector. Everybody wants one when you demo it. So let's say you can say, okay, you guys, these 4 things, you have 48 hours. If you decide you want these, you are going to receive the CC cream, the primer, and the blending brush. And I'm going to throw in the under eye corrector as a free gift. And so they would get the under eye corrector for free when they pay for the other 3 products full price. Does that make sense? Or you could say, if you purchase all 4 items today, you get an additional $20 gift card to spend on whatever. So it's totally up to you. I love getting them hooked on another product. So you could say, since your eyes are going to look amazing, if you purchase these 4 items, you're going to get a brow tint for free. So I just find that it gets, like I said, it gets them hooked on things. Maybe you offer eyeshadow primer when they buy the Warm Hues collection with the eyeliner and the mascara, throw in the eye primer. Because that's something they'll make go, yeah, I don't need that. And then they try it and they go, how did I live without this? Okay, so you guys can find the pop-up stuff that I just shared with you under business tools under Party Central. And that just kind of gives you an outline. But remember, I'm asking for a 60-day commitment. And pick the days that you're going to post. So I might do those longer 20-minute ones on Fridays, but I think my Tuesday ones are, because that gives people Friday and Saturday to watch it. Please watch your time though. Keep them short. I'm going to do my lives, my Tuesday ones under 10 minutes. So they'll know that Tuesdays are under 10 and that my Fridays are a little bit more in depth. Okay. Now keep in mind when you're doing these, you don't have to do ones like that. That is one where the ones that the company is showing us is where you would like maybe invite people to one. So you might do those just twice a month. You might do the first and third Friday of the month. You invite people on without samples and you say it's under 20 minutes. Oh my gosh, I'd love for you to jump on. If you grab 3 of your friends, you get hostess credit. And they're like, okay, it's under 30 minutes. I usually keep it under 20. It's going to be a blast. They're like, I want to do that. See, well, which Friday is better for you, this Friday or 2 weeks from Friday? And so you guys could book literally 3, 4, 5 hostesses all to jump on at the same time. They could all jump on at the same time. And you're going to zip through all the skincare and then say to them, I want to add you guys all to my VIP page so you guys can watch me on Tuesdays too. Tuesdays are fun. And your Tuesday tutorials could be, I would suggest 10 minutes or less. And those are ones whether somebody's on or not. So you guys, I know you can embrace this. It's not a big deal unless you make it a big deal, but it's a commitment. And if you guys want the holiday that I'm pretty sure you do want, and the results that you do want, you need to go make this work. All right. You don't have to, but you're going to be sitting by the sidelines going, everybody else's business is flourishing because they're embracing social media. You guys, you don't have to be young. I'm not young. You don't have to be super young to embrace this. Okay. And maybe even power partner up with another consultant if you want to. Although honestly, your customers want to hear from you. You could even do like nude lips on this side and downtown brown on this side. So, okay, you guys, is this more powerful or is this more powerful? So I'm thinking date night. Should I go this one? Should I go this one? And if I'm going to meet my sister for lunch, do I go this one? I mean, like be fun, be silly. But remember, do those, I would keep them under 10 minutes. All right. So if you guys have questions, please post them under the video. I'm happy to answer any questions. The company's given us some great material, but commit 60 days. I'm going to suggest twice a week. One can be under 10 minutes and a little bit less of a party invitation. And the other one, I would totally go with the company's party theme. And you can call it a pink party, a pink pop-up party. You can call it whatever you want, but be consistent. It makes all the difference in the world. Thanks you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you.